Hi, I'm here today with Jeff, who's one of our partners in Northern California, in Modesto to be exact.
Yes.
And I'm so excited to be talking about the newly launching, hasn't even launched yet really, United Home Group Deep Dive Series. And so the idea behind this is a 6 to 10 week, depending on the course, a 6 to 10 week deep dive into a different subject. Now, I couldn't think of anybody better than to launch this with us than Jeff. Yeah, absolutely. The best person. Nobody else was available. And so then Jeff was left to launch this. So Jeff, you're going to start the very first one out for us with Internet Lead Gen Systems with Jeff. So Jeff, what the hell does that even mean?
So we're going to cover, UHG has a ton of systems that we offer our partners, right? And it can kind of be overwhelming. There's a ton to go through. And so what I really want to focus on is go deep into each of the individual things that we offer. So for instance, like Sync, we have buyer leads and seller leads that we get that come into the system, and being able to help take an agent to, how do I engage with this? How do I get that lead to engage with me? There's ways that we can get them to automatically come back to us. So
now, hang on, stop right there. Is there ever a time with that many systems that you end up getting flustered and not using any of them?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I myself in the beginning only used probably about 20% of what we had.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where we have so much that's there that we want to be able to teach people how to get it and break it down. Take that elephant and bring it down.
Good. And how long will the series be? Is it
6 weeks?
A year?
No.
Okay, so 6 weeks.
I'm not that smart. Yeah, 6 weeks. Six weeks.
In 6 weeks, if I'm taking the course with you, by the way, this is free to United Home Group, and it's banned from anybody else. So you can't take it if you're not at UHG. This is our conversation, our system, our training. So in 6 weeks, you're going to walk me through how to master the basics, at least.
Correct.
Of using Commissions Inc.
Correct.
And how to use it to where you're actually selling homes with it.
Yeah, and beyond, we already on a weekly basis give you basics to some of these systems. Really kind of taking it deeper to say, okay, I know I'm supposed to call, I know I'm supposed to push this button, but how do I squeeze more juice out of this system?
Sure.
Because there's so much value that we provide that we really need to squeeze as much out of it as we can.
Well, and then honestly, how do we do it day after day after day?
Correct.
Anybody could do it for a day. Sure. Anybody could do it for a week, right? And you sell a home and go, cool, I got it. And then all of a sudden you look down in 3 weeks and go, I haven't touched it in 3 weeks.
Right. Right.
And so this is
so massive.
This is about consistency, right?
Correct.
I mean, it's been said before that if you're dedicated, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it.
Correct.
Now, will you walk us through how to earn business on Facebook?
Yeah, so we'll definitely be walking through Facebook on free things that we can do, and then also some paid things if you want to take things to another level, but all, in small budget.
So if I'm a partner of UHG, you could show me some free ways to drive leads directly on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely.
And if I wanted to spend a little bit of money of my own,
correct,
then could I do that and get more?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, when I say a little bit of money, what are we talking about? Are we talking about like a Lexus or a Honda?
No,
or
we're talking like Yugo, like $15, $20 at a time.
Like $20?
Yeah.
So you can show me with $20 of my own money that I could drive leads through Facebook.
Correct.
Okay, very good. Now, I've got on here as well that there's going to be Craigslist. Now, I'm told that Craigslist is dead when it comes to real estate. So is it dead?
No, it is not. There's, through various systems that we have, tools that we use, we can definitely bring it back to life. We're not going to get 100 leads a day like, in the heyday
like I used to.
Right,
yeah. I get 1,500.
Well, it's a slow, consistent trickle to be able to get you consistency to add. So instead of the 30 leads you have now, maybe we can, through everything, get you to 60, 70 leads.
Which isn't a lot in 1 month. Though when you put 10 months together,
correct,
it's a whole lot.
It's a ton.
And I think that's one of the challenges, right? Someone looks at Sync and goes, oh man, I got 21 leads this month. Doesn't seem like much. And so you go 12 months in a row and you go, whoa. I got 210 leads, and all of a sudden now I'm selling 2 or 3 homes a month.
Right.
And some of that's time on task. I mean, now, Jeff, from your own personal experience, you are living, walking proof that Craigslist still works.
Correct. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And so you could show us how to use it in our real estate business, how to make more money with it. Now, the last thing I see on here to talk about is ZBuyer. Mm-hmm. So tell us, what are you going to teach us about ZBuyer in this deep dive series?
So on ZBuyer, we're going to go into, again, they're a total different animal. There's a lot of things that we need to do specific to that platform to engage with them, bringing them in, how to trip them, how to do all that. So we're going to go deep into the ZBuyer and get them to come to us. There's buyer leads on ZBuyer. A lot of people don't know that there's a whole section there of buyers. They think it's just sellers.
Whole other page that we don't even look at sometimes.
Right, right. So there's a lot to each one. Like I said before, there's a lot to each of these systems. So being able to take that, break it down, and make it something to work. And then one other thing that we'll cover is going into offline and bringing it online. So there's a ton of tools that we have available to us in the hub with offline flyers and all that we can take those flyers and bring them to Sync. get those people to engage in the same way.
Good, perfect. Now my last question is, what's the format of the deep dive? Is it live in person? Do we have to fly to Modesto to take this with you? Is it webinar?
No.
Is it phone? Like how's it going to work?
Yeah, we're just going to be doing it through a webinar format.
Okay, so are we going to see each other?
I don't know if everybody wants to see me, but yeah.
Well, I'd like to see you. So if we could, that would be even better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's a lot of it's going to be, most of it's going to be kind of in screen sharing format, because I want you to see what I'm doing. I don't want to just tell you. I want you to see it. I want you to engage. I want you to be able to walk away with, like, I can actually do this, not like somebody's talking 10 feet above my head.
Got it. Now, when you and I set this up, and of course you've got the very first one for the deep dive series, you asked me to limit this at 50 participants, and so only 50 people can take it. And what you shared with me was that so that you could actually look at what they're doing.
Correct.
In other words, with 100 or 140, it's too many. I mean, you still got to sell homes every day.
Yeah, because there's going to be homework.
Sure.
There's going to be things that need to be done.
You've got real estate to do. You've got kids to raise. You got to watch the Raiders lose every week. I mean, you've got a packed schedule no matter what happens.
We're going to have to edit this.
Now, so with homework, though, you mentioned homework, and we'll end with this. With homework, what does that look like? Do I need to be worried about all the homework of this deep dive series?
Only if you want to be successful.
Okay.
So, it's the homework is going to be something like, post 5 different Craigslist ads this week, and then send me the link that you did it. Post some things,
So you'll look at what I did.
Yes, absolutely.
You give me feedback and go, do it this way, not that way.
Yeah, accountability, action. What's the point of taking the class if you're not going to do it?
Sure. So if I do this for 6 weeks with you, what do you think my takeaway is 12 months from today? If I engage, if I do it 100%, and I actually do what you asked me to do, what would I expect a year out from now?
I would expect you're getting, at bare minimum, 1 deal a year out of, in addition to what you're already getting, and then squeezing more deals out of it. So, I would say you're 18 to 20 more deals a year out of just, if you do the work, it's going to come. Your pipeline's going to grow.
1 to 1.5 more transactions per month. So
Absolutely.
12, 18, 20 pieces of business a year.
Absolutely.
Which in some markets is a couple $100,000.
Yeah, because it's a partnership, right? So
Correct.
I already come into UHG doing 1 deal a month, maybe. So if you
take me to 3.
Right, take you up there, use the tools, use the system to do it.
Good. So thank you so much for listening. Jeff, thank you for doing it.
Of course.
You're the first, which means you're the guinea pig.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for doing it. There's probably nobody I'd ask better than you to do it. So in all seriousness,
That's because everybody said no.
That's true too. Thank you.
Absolutely.